Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome to another battle on Conqueror's Blade. Well, actually we're not yet in battle, we're in the open world element at the moment, or at least in the town, where you can sort of sort out your equipment, get everything sorted, sort out your units and stuff before you hop into battle. Because I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit about the difference between the ranged units and the sort of melee units. So I started on my account as a spearman basically, and that was my main class. I also then, after I reached about level 5, I started another account so I could try out the musket to see what that was like. And honestly, I didn't really get on very well with the musket. I found it kind of had pretty short range, didn't do all that much damage for its limited range, and it kind of just limited your ability to really apply very much damage. So I didn't really get on very well with it, and came back to my original spear account and got up past level 10. Now once you hit level 10 in this game, you can then go up to the Master at Arms and you can learn a second weapon specialization. So I decided to take the bow because I saw, mostly because I saw people shooting at much longer ranges with the bows than I thought you could do with the musket. So I thought it was kind of worth learning that. And so far I found it to be pretty enjoyable. I've also sort of seen a few people comment that they think the range meta is pretty overpowered, or there is a range meta going on in the game. So I thought we'll kind of take a bit of a look at that today and see if that's true. So firstly, to do that, I kind of just wanted to have a look at some of the equipment, because we've basically got both the level 10 bow and the level 10 spear, because I obviously can use both of them. Now, the way weapon damage broadly works, without going into too much detail or without me thoroughly fully understanding it, is you have an armor penetration modifier in the spear here, penetration and slashing. So you can use a stabbing move when you're on a horse, and you can just use a slashing move when you're on the ground. You get 172 to 138 on the armor penetration, and of course you can pick different weapons and armor types. So I can put on a more armored helmet if I want to, and that gives me a higher armor, but it lowers my agility to a point where I can no longer use a bow. So that's why I can't use that when you're playing as an archer class. So you have that, and then you have the actual damage it does, so a piercing damage and a slashing damage. And if we compare the two, you'll actually see sort of the general piercing damage, because a bow will only do piercing damage. Of course, you can't slash with an arrow. It's actually both higher than the spear, and the actual damage upon impact is also higher as well. That's kind of initially leading to kind of show that the bow is more powerful. I guess the one counter to that is you don't shoot as fast with a bow as you can slash or stab with a spear. So your potential damage output is higher with the spear, but of course this is at range. And you can get headshots with this, which greatly sort of increase your damage output, almost double it, I believe. So, is the damage output of a spear, the bow, better than the spear? I think it possibly, at least on paper, it has the potential to be if you can shoot accurately. And of course you do get the safety of being a little bit further back, but of consequence to that, of course, you have to have the very light armour, and you have no real way of defending yourself if you get into hand-to-hand combat, so it's kind of a bit of a balance. But anyway, either way, let's hop into some battles and see how we get on with these arrows. So we're just starting to go in on actually assaulting the walls now with our archer. I've left my cavalry at the back because I can actually climb up these siege towers very effectively, so I just kind of wanted to leave them out of it for now. And I just kind of wanted to see how effective actually is an archer unit in terms of contributing to the fight here. How much can we really hope to bring in? We can get some shots in, but our actual ability to apply damage isn't that high. And that kind of fundamentally is what I think about this class as a thing. I don't think you can actually apply that much damage that quickly. I think your damage potential comes from the units, where you have 20 archers or something who can apply damage very quickly, because they also have pretty high impact equipment, and I think that's where the damage potential comes from, much more so than just you as a hero. I don't think you can apply that much damage. Maybe you can get some good targets on heroes, if you wanted to, but I don't think it's actually that effective. Try and kill this enemy archer here. Oops, double roll. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm a terrible shot. Getting caught in with our own guy now. I keep accidentally doing the combat rolls. That's one of the most annoying things I've found at the moment, is the way in which combat rolls work. You double tap the key, which I regularly do. Oh, nice. That was a good shot there. Which I regularly do. If you're just trying to adjust your position and you just do that too many times, then you combat roll. It's a really annoying feature that's not easily replaced. So let's have a look here. It looks like we're actually going to start putting pressure on the point here, which is exactly what we want to be doing. So let's keep moving on up. Try and put a bit of fire down, but we're not exactly wrecking these people or anything. We've got what one hero kill against a guy. Can't hit my power shot either. know, yes, you can get some damage in, but you're nothing amazing. I think your damage potential here isn't that great. Did a bit of damage in with our bulking arrows there. And thankfully you can at least shoot through your allies so you can get damage in on them and beyond. Because if you couldn't, or friendly fire was on, can you imagine the amount of... Jesus. The amount of damage you were doing. What is going on? Our allies are just murdering us. That was not very helpful there. But looks like we captured the 8 point anyway. I managed to survive our own artillery barrage, which is always a good start. Let's have a look. Can we get any shots from up here? This is perhaps the advantage. You know, you can get some pretty nice shots in sometimes. Although, actually, having said that, it looks like most of the enemies are down there anyway. Can I get a bullet at me up here? No, it doesn't want me to go on that bit. Darn. Could use that to get down some side shots down there. See if maybe we can get a bit of elevation here. Look. There we go. No, it won't let me shoot that. Oh, there we go. Let's get some damage on maybe on some of these enemy musketeers. Multi-shot. There we go, one dead. See, you know, if I got in there amongst with my spearmen, the amount of damage I would be doing would just be insane. And instead, I'm just sort of very slowly peppering them away. What's that, 4 I've killed, personally? Is that really helpful? I'm just not convinced it is. Oh, the headshot there. Didn't even kill him in one, though. Can pick them off. You do slowly work a unit down, though. I mean, that has to be said. But, a bit effective. Or is it overpowered, I guess, is what I'm trying to have. That was kind of the point of this video. Oops. Double shot. Ah, trying to set him on fire. Oh, I can't. The glitchy bit there where I can't shoot round. Let's push round. But instead. Looks like we've got quite a few people here, so we should be able to get some damage up off these steps, maybe. Maybe we can get some shots in here as we're closer to them. Yeah, we can. Ow! Wow. Okay. When the enemy archers turn on you, you go down straight away because you've got no body armor on, because you can't wear body armor as we saw at the beginning, because your agility level goes too low. You have to wear really weak body armor. So, yeah, I don't feel the archer classes are that overpowered. No. Well, that's at least my opinion on it so far. I'm going to continue playing a bit more to kind of see how I get on. So, we're on the same battle, but I am now back with my spear. And see if we can do a bit more damage with this guy. And we can immediately, you know, the amount of damage potential is so much higher, even if, you know, you're risking death kind of easily. Get out of here before we get killed, because our horse is dying. Make it back to the safety a little bit. But the amount of damage potential of just one horse charge, you know, equals almost probably a minute of peppering away with, you know, my bow and arrow. With the amount of damage you can do, I'm halving the health of all those archers as you charge through them. And that's kind of, I think, the difference between ranged and melee weapons. It was kind of self-explanatory, I guess, but, you know, your damage potential is a lot higher with melee. You just have the risk that, you know, if you get caught in a bad situation, if you get caught up facing a unit of spearmen, then the enemy range can quite easily pick you off if they want to. And that's kind of where their power comes in above and beyond what normal melee units. There's quite a lot of heavily armoured stuff coming on up there, possibly. But there's quite a few friendly units on the ground, maybe? Or maybe. I've left my archers in the gateway down below. You can see them down there, the little green blob, and they are getting some shots in. So they are rocking up a few casualties for us. Not all that many. Until they get sort of into a better firing arc, and then you'll sort of see that's when the casualties really start to come in from those NPCs. You know, if enemies start to walk in front of them, then you can rack up damage. You saw how quickly we, as an archer, died to their enemy archers. They went down almost immediately to them. But we're getting quite a few units down here now. God, it's like a volley fight. Look at this! Oh, this is pretty epic. 2 musket lines drawn up, peppering each other. What there? We've got a lot of stuff there as well. Oh, bad turn. Don't want to go that way. Run away. These 2 lines are just pumping shells into each other. Get a bit of damage in as we run through. Ooh, missed. A bit of a dangerous game here. Oh, I missed, lost my horse, man. Oh, I'm damaged. Run away, run away. I don't think I'm going to get out of this alive. Not enough health. Oh god, enemies there. Too many musket shots going off. Oh, we might have actually survived, amazingly. Okay, let's make a bed and pull back a little bit, get out of range of some of the enemy ranged, and go for a heal. Whew. And there is the main risk of being a melee. You get caught really easily. You lose so much health so quickly when you get caught into a musket volley or something like that. See how quickly your health goes down. Unfortunately, lost our horse, which is annoying. Wow, there's an awful lot of ranged units here. They're in that neat little square, so it's really not very easy for me to get any damage on them. A few ranged units trying to shoot into them. Yeah, no easy way of getting in there. Ah, ow, 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 ow. Oh, pull back, pull back. Definitely going to get charged by spearmen. I cannot fight them on my own. Because we'll just get completely overwhelmed. Really, like I can do this specifically. Try and damage a few of them. Oh, he left the battle. That was conveniently timed. He obviously just crashed just as we went in for the... It looks like I wiped out the entire unit of spearmen on my own, but I don't think I exactly did. Some damage on the enemy horseman. You can see they actually get almost only half the damage of an arrow shot, but you can see how much quicker we can apply that damage and we can get hits in pretty quickly. It's a friendly horseman. They're almost healed again, but at the same time we're about to lose this battle, so trying to adjust my speed and direction. Ow, he used a multi-shot on me. Good move. There we go, we've got an assistance kill on him. So let's go, once you get in and close to the enemy archers, they do go down pretty quickly. They're not a massive threat. I don't somehow think we're going to take this centre when almost the entire enemy team there is there with infantry, and we've got me. I'm going to go around this way anyway, and a minute left. It doesn't look good for this battle, it's got to be said. Oh god, and they've still got like full units of spearmen here and everything. Kill some of the people on the end. Kill one man. Oh, I'm killed by archers. Look how many troops they've still got left. We do not stand a chance of winning this fight. Anyway, let's go back to controlling some of our archers in a bit more detail. See if we can maybe show, or see if they are actually the more powerful unit more than just the individual hero characters. So, is the range meta overpowered? Well, in certain moments when you get like this, yes it is. I think is ranged as a unit, as a hero unit overpowered? No, not really. But when you get your NPCs in a sort of situation like this, where I can just rain down fire on the enemies, then possibly yes, it's much more so. Because you can just put up so much fire with your NPCs. The enemies don't really get stand as much of a chance of being able to get through situations like this. Particularly a lot of the heroes and stuff, and as they try and fight, our guys can keep up a pretty steady rate of fire. Well, yes, we are taking some casualties, but also racking up quite a nice few kills as well for ourselves. Catch some of these guys as they pop out. Yeah, trying to get some damage on some of these enemy units as well. You can do a reasonable amount of damage yourself as an archer player, but the dominant amount of damage is definitely as you know, the actual guys yourself. Unfortunately, we ran out of time there to actually make our way through, but I kind of thought that was a nice moment to show how much damage you can actually get as sort of soldier kills with your archers. And that's, I think, where the power of the ranged is in this game, not really with hero-based ranged specifically. I think maybe playing a ranged character does enable you to get your ranged units in better positions, in the sense that you'll kind of tend to hang back a little bit anyway, so you can control your units a little bit better from the back. Whereas if you're a soldier, you tend to be right in the front lines and you kind of forget about your archers and they get killed. But I think that the hero-controlled range play isn't all that powerful, or no significant advantage over you know, the melee type units. I think the power from the ranged comes both in siege artillery you get in the game and in the sort of the power that you get in the NPC units, you know, your commandable units. The archers there are kind of what are the most powerful parts. So hopefully that was an enjoyable little overview of kind of what I think about the range mechanics in the game at the moment. So yeah, all in all, not too bad, at least from the hero's point of view. I think it's more the individual units that may be a problem, particularly in the siege battles, where they sort of plan out, particularly as defenders, you kind of really have the advantages of range. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel for lots more Conquerors Blade content, and I shall see you all on the next video.